Hello and welcome back to Master of Orion Conquer the Stars, where, well, in the last episode we saw the Merchants being taken down by us, and now the next one's up, which will be the humans. Another thing that I would like to mention, that in case you're keeping track of all the small details of this round, there may actually be some differences compared to last time. The reason is I already started recording this episode, sort of, but then the game crashed and took the computer down with it, and more importantly, it also completely destroyed the save game state. So I had to do basically the events of the last episode again. I think I did do a little bit better because I was throwing more money at stuff, which always helps, as I mentioned. So I think our situation in the details is actually a little bit better than before, but well, the general global situation is basically the same. The Mechlars are at war with humans. Both have been fighting a little bit, but nothing too serious. And now we're gonna move in. Alright, so you join these. And then everybody will move up here. I said everyone. I guess some just came here. Yeah. Let's actually just send the ones that are ready to move up first. Because I would like to declare war next turn. And then simultaneously attack in the Griffin system and in Nordia. From Tukan to Nordia, it'll only take a turn, but over there... sorry about that. But over there it takes two, so they'll need to move first. Anyway, let's proceed. I think the Mechlars bombed this planet to ashes somehow, which didn't happen during the last recording, but I think aside from that, the differences are minuscule. Like, I didn't rebuild Fieras and instead have my space factory with my fleets. So there's some small changes because I would like to build jump gates in these systems as soon as I start taking stuff, and as a result then being able to bring troop transporters in more effectively. So that's basically the main reason for why the space factories are actually with the main fleet right now. So anyway, so we have a war to declare. Let's do that. Humans.
You have a lot of nerve showing your face around here.
Dear humans of the Human Republic, in light of your aggression all these years, when you were sending spies with deadly toxins and a lot of negative attitude to us, we have decided to declare war on you. Have a pleasant day.
The galaxy will be better off without you anyway.
Oh, we'll see about that. Okay, there's someone here who's not ready to move? No. Move ahead. And take out the military outpost. Alright, you're gonna move too, please? Oh, how did you move in one turn? Someone not up to date here. The space factory might actually not be up to date. Huh, alright. Take that out too. Okay, who else needs orders? Oh, new troop transports. Alright. Just flood the Nordia system. Alright, so we don't have a planet yet, so we can't start building jump gates here yet, but we may be able to do that next turn. So what do you do with your fleet? Because your main fleet is here orbiting Nordia Prime. It's not moving though. It didn't move. So we're actually gonna have a fight. How nice. I was looking forward to that. Let's actually keep some ships around in order to defend the space factory against counterattacks. Not sure. I could produce ships and then take out my space factory, and I would be very sad about that. So let's keep one of the rainstorms as a guard. Somehow I also selected a space factory, which I specifically didn't want to. Space factory? Is it actually not here? Where'd the freaking space factory go? Oh, sure there was a space factory in here. Crazy. I could have sworn there was a space factory in here somewhere. Not really sure. Is it here? No. We didn't lose it during the attack on this station, right? That would be stupid. That'd be real stupid. It's down here. Why did I send it down there? Anyway, okay. Good, then we don't need to provide a guard for the space factory. We'll just move up a large portion of that fleet. Or at least some portion of the fleet. Guess we're gonna have it escorted by the frigates. That seems like a decent idea. Let's bring all those frigates with them. Okay, so space factory is actually not here, so we can just engage with full force here. Hello, human fleet. Prepare to die. "29 ships against 60 fucking 3. But they have a lot more smaller ships than I have. So, yeah. In any event. So, what do these guys have? Do they have a lot of torpedoes? Have they entered the torpedo age already? A little bit, but really not that excessively. It's still mostly missiles and graviton beams of all things. But a few phases in between, alright? Good. We can handle that. Okay. So, you're gonna stay here. We're gonna hold position. Oh, where are you going? Everybody's just moving up ahead. Alright. That's actually pretty good. I'm hoping my admirals have the speech have the speed set in such a way that they'll move ahead simultaneously. I'll slow down the destroyers even further so that the bigger ships can actually overtake them. Let's try that. Again, the idea is for the destroyers to provide some sort of anti-missile screen, because the enemy has a lot of missiles, but they don't want to necessarily be in the very front line. I have bigger ships for that, so let's have the Titans and battleships move up, and then we can all be safer. Alright, open fire! Okay, you can increase the throttle a little. Well, those torpedoes are going nowhere. Fire! Coming in from both sides! Shoot back! Move faster now. Alright guys, did a really great job. Now let's wipe out the rest. There's only these 2 battleships remaining. And they're not doing too well. That's what I'd like to see. We didn't lose a man. Good. So, let's engage with 3 transporters. Yeah, they shouldn't have ground combat bonuses, so should be fine with 18. Alright. Bye-bye. Goody, goody, goody. Oh wait, you already have pollution issues. In that case, that first. Alright, you can move up too, but let's first have them do something. You do have a space factory, right? Good. Good for you. Let's keep one of the battleships with a factory. And move to Griffin 3.
This is GNN, Galactic News Network.
Not this again.
Do not.
Space Dragon. I think it's this one right over here. Alright, let's attack. I'll just auto-resolve this. We just had an interesting fight. That's probably going to be the only interesting fight, because that was their main fleet after all. I think 18 is a little bit on the low end, so let's take more than we need. You always have to worry about the tanks. But I think I mentioned that before. Alright. Good, you can start building a jump gate here. So you wanted to move, then move. Someone here is not up to date. Actually, quite a lot of people are not up to date. Huh, I thought I updated all of my fleets. My bad. But I still have a few turns in the Griffin system to in order to correct that problem. Move up. Yeah, move up. They might be shot down, but it's a small risk. They're organizing the next line of defense at Tinan Prime. Right. Espionage at Ursa, yeah, thank you. Do appreciate that. Let's have them move. Let's have them move together. Alright. So let's take the next one. Let's try with 3 transports again. And keep the fingers crossed. Right. Okay, you probably also want orders. Let's take Griffin Prime. But you get some additional support. Only 7 Marines. Can we risk only sending 6 and being able to win it? No, I don't like the odds. I'd rather complain about not being able to repeat build things in this game. Which would help with the troop transports in the late stage. But not sure if I mentioned that or if that wasn't the recording that you'll never see. So yeah. I wanted to mention that. Building all these troop transports would be so much easier if you could repeat build them, but it's not really an option. Okay, more troop transports flood in here. And even more troop transports. Very good. Oh, and I could win the game, I guess, right now. Would be a little bit boring because there's only 3 races left, and I own like quite a big chunk of the universe. So I could just vote for myself here and end it, but I have no interest in doing that. technically, I don't think I actually got the achievement yet for Silicoid Diplomatic Victory, which is a separate achievement. But I'm not gonna do it here. I could just load the game and do it again afterwards. So gotta get the achievement. Achievements. You always do stuff for achievements, you know. Yeah, we have like not even 1,000 votes, and almost 800 of them are mine. So yeah, we are in a slightly dominating position. Alright, you also need upgrades. Huh. Curious. I did upgrade all of my ship designs to the final design because we're researching evolving technologies right about now, so we basically have everything that we're ever gonna get unless I send spies somewhere or the Mechlas are willing to do some more trades. Sadly, you can't get technology anymore by conquering worlds, which was something in Master of Orion 2, and a feature that I really liked. Some of them is gonna starve. Bloody fools. Which was a feature in Master of Orion 2 where by conquering worlds we also had a small chance of getting some of their technologies. It's not really available here though, so yeah. You have no moves left, so let's actually take this one, because if they have marines that'll not be too many. I don't think we have enough transports ready to take Noria 3. Alright. You don't really need an alien management center, you need biospheres. And then you need increased production, like robo miners, gravity generators. You get a little bit of money, because you're sort of very underdeveloped here. I didn't mean that in a negative sense. It's what's going on here, right? It's a new planet. I'm not building any new planets myself because it's just not worth the additional hassle. Unless I wanted to maximize my score for some reason, but really don't see any particular reason to do that. Let's engage this one. I might be able to cut it with 2. But there's tanks. Nah. Alright. Alien Management Center. Terraforming, I guess. Okay. Move over there. Move it. Let's actually move the stacks before we have stack overflow problems again. Well, not really overflow, but sort of stacks waiting for new ships because there's new ships incoming every turn. Yeah, Nordia has lost the population due to starvation because they're bloody freaking idiots. Anyway. So, you know what I need? I need more troop transports. Conquering a galaxy is, well, it's something that you need a lot of troop transports for. Guess you also want to move here. Alright, but we got more troop transports here now, so let's move that stack here. You here. You also just got here, but there's a sort of installation here. Alright, but you'll be starting to build stuff at next turn. Good, good, good. Move here. And you already moved? No, you didn't move. Why not asking for orders? Why can't I just start next turn? I don't want to start next turn. We still need to take stuff, you know? Unless one troop transport isn't enough. Feels like I'm not ready to move. Huh. Alright, let's upgrade some more ships.
Welcome. 2GNN.
Yale population boom subsides. Griffin Prime is also lost, yeah. As I said, bloody fucking idiots. Let's throw money at it. Only one ship left to upgrade. Alright. Move. You too. Oh yeah, we needed 2 transports. Alright. These people are actually smart enough to not starve to death. That's a rare sight indeed. Keep coal mine, robo miners first, then coal waste dump. Alright. I need more troop transports, guys. Sorry, it's a boring job, but I could just destroy all the other remaining worlds, but that would sort of be, I don't know. I would sort of feel bad about it. I'm already feeling bad about destroying all of their home worlds for barely any good reason, but destroying really all of their worlds seems a little bit, well, weird. So let's not do that. Good. You're gonna move here. And build a jump gate. Part of you will be moving here and guarding that. You're gonna stay here. So we don't have enough troop transports, or why are we waiting here? I think no, we have enough troop transports. Why don't we attack? I don't know. Maybe I wanted to attack and then switch to something else. Let's try with 12. All right. Done. Dup. And you need food. Alright, everybody move up here. Okay. Oh, they shot down a scout. I'm so scared. Scared. Okay. Stay here. Need to wait for some more troop transports, I think. Only have. Well, we do have 4. Guess we could actually move onto Tinan next turn. But we need to definitely wait here in Griffon Prime, because if we just move up with not enough troop transports, we could get counterattacked by forces in the Sol system. So the forces at Griffon have to actually wait until the strike force down here has made it to Sol, so that we don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's take out. Why can't we attack this? This is not my jump gate. I want to attack it. We have bombs, right? Should have bombs. Didn't they have a cruiser here? Apparently they don't. Oh. Where's the cruiser? Guess it must be at the jump gate forces. Can anyone build me a cruiser? I have a custom order, Phaelus Prime. I want a cruiser. I mean, I also want troop transports, but let's have a cruiser with that force too. Thank you. Can we have it like tomorrow? Right. Good job, guys. Right, everybody move up here. You're done with that. I think I could build a preliminary space outpost here. Not needed for very long, I hope, but let's just build it. Doesn't have any better things to do anyway. Space factory, I mean. You do have a cruiser with you, right? You do. Alright. At least someone who got it right. More troop transports, please. Alright. You should have enough transports to take Jinan, so let's move up. And let's destroy the structure. Alright. Move here. Oh, we got a new cruiser. Shiny. Alright, move here. Quite a big chunk of transports coming at the same time. Nice. Move. And then move there. Kill him. I need to speed that up so people don't starve to death. Guess we need to do the same here. They're still starving to death. Why? What? Could you maybe... Thank you. Why didn't I rush build this? Darn. That's bad. Alright. More troop transports! Yeah! Sorry, I need to do something while clicking frantically on the left mouse button for more troop transports. I know it's kind of boring, but there's nothing I can really do about that, other than, as I mentioned, I could just decide to just blow everything up. Because that'll definitely be fast, because I don't need to build troop transports for that, and it doesn't take a while. So, there would be that. But I think it's slightly genocidal to do this, so I'm not gonna. So here's their next attempt at building a fleet. A battleship and a couple of destroyers. So let's actually enjoy the show. Alright, just kill them. Oh, they're trying to flank. Ooh, let's watch that. Destroyers are going for the flank. Oh, speed things up maybe. And feel free to use that. Not sure what the range this has. 100 should be within range. Maybe it's not ready yet, but it seems ready. Huh. Yeah, we got enough missile defense. I always like having enough missile defense. Because while missiles are an effective weapon, I think it's always a sort of a cheap weapon to use. I didn't know better, so I chose to use missiles against you. So, okay, good idea, but I have point defense. Alright, attack. We need 3 transports for this. Goody! So this... You already have food production going. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Indeed. But you don't have a government support facility for some reason. Crazy. Alright, everybody move. Continue to move. Alright, more troop transports. Hallelujah. Ooh, what? Something exploded. Don't think it was one of mine. Probably pirate ship that was shot down somewhere. At least I hope so. Oh, you were already building that next turn? My bad, my bad, my bad. You might need a little bit help with this one though. How are you guys looking? Just throw some money at them. Nah, not for this. For this though. It's okay. Let's actually have the fleet return to one of the planets so that the last one can refit. Not sure which one it was, so I'll have them all move here. But this way they all have better drives. Can you still move? Oh, okay. Good. And you got a lot on your troop transport, so we can just continue to move ahead. Oh, I like that. No time to waste, just continue. If you set up your resupply chain well enough, then it's really not that much of a hassle. And since we're going to have the jump gate here next turn, further reinforcements will also not take a longer way. Though technically they will have to go to Seoul at that point, at which point it might actually be more effective to have them go here instead, because there is already a jump gate here, and they don't have to go for Tinan. So let's actually send all of our next reinforcements through to Griffin. Alright, you're gonna wait a turn. Gonna move back? Yeah, okay. Just wait a turn. Everybody move to Griffin. Oh, you need new orders. I can guess my orders. And to Griffin. You want the same orders. I can just I'm stopping, sorry. It's these small things that someone should have noticed in the development process, that repeat build is actually something quite crucial at some stages of the game. Or just a ×5 order for troop transports would have also just been great. Like for frigates and destroyers, you have the option to just build 5 of them at a time. The same thing for transporters would actually be nice, guys. You already have that in the game, so why don't we have it for troop transports? I have no idea. Okay, guess you also want to move somewhere. Actually reinforce forces down here. There are a few down here. Alright, just wait. Oops, no, didn't want it like that. Was trying to zoom out. Then move. Which reminds me of the very enlightening conversation that I had with someone under a Jesse Cox video about the same game, where someone was saying, huh, why isn't this game available for consoles? This looks interesting. And I said, yeah, I wonder why strategy games aren't available for consoles, implying that strategy games like these do not work with controllers, like, at all. I mean, you have to make a lot of changes in order to have strategy games like this work on controllers, because having a mouse is so much more natural and you can click stuff instead of going through various sorts of menus. So, but someone was apparently triggered and accused me of suggesting that that console players are just stupid, and that I was implying that, and then that I'm a bad and stupid person for implying that console players are just too stupid for strategy games, which I never implied. Yeah, I think looking at the cause of peripherals is much more reasonable than trying to look at the people supposedly playing consoles, which is just looking at stereotypes, in my opinion. And I try to not look at stereotypes. I was implying that that actually consoles and strategy games have issues because, well, they don't have a mouse for consoles. And in some genres, that a controller works really well. Yeah, I mean, in jump and runs, in role playing games to some extent, and that thing basically every time you try to play only one character, then the gamepad is fine, probably even better to some extent. But as soon as you start looking at strategy games, gamepad is really bad. Oops, I can actually destroy it. Okay. Sorry for that tangent, but I was just remembering that because, well. Anyway. I guess I should just not try to talk to people in YouTube comments, but I think that's a sort of bad standard to set because I would like my audience to engage with me in my YouTube comments at some point more at some point. So just ignoring comments everywhere else would feel a little bit bigoted. Like the same with the spying in the game. Yeah, I sort of dislike the spying and that the AI just spies on you to really no to no real avail, but they continue to do it anyway, and it pisses you off to some extent. But I'll then not go, okay, fine, I also spy on you, bitch. I say I don't really like the spying. I don't think it actually does anything, so I'm just not gonna waste my time with it. But I'll take it as a pretext to destroy your stuff. Like your home planet, for instance. Do you like your home planet? I don't. Dear people at Soul Prime, unfortunately, some elements within you have been spying on us and delivered toxic substances to our planets, and we can't really trace it back to individual persons on your planet. And even if we could, our weapons are not precise enough to eliminate individuals on the planet. But our scientists have made some progress, and we are able to just eliminate this one planet here. So we do that. I think we got the spy center. I can't be sure that the spy center is here because in order to really figure that out, I would need to use spies in this planet and on other planets. But I think it's a decent assumption because at the point where you normally build your first spy center, your homeworld is still one of the most productive colonies, and I think the AI would do the same thing as I would in that situation, which would be to build it on their homeworld. I may be wrong. Maybe it was actually somewhere else, like on Tinan or something. But I really can't figure that out unless I use stuff that I don't want to use. So yeah, good. So move up. I think it's a decent enough assumption though that I would destroy a planet for it. Okay, but we have moved to Seoul, so our forces here can also move ahead. I have enough troop transports too, so move on. Talking about moving on, you also want to move. You can also just rejoin the forces. Maybe you also need a refit. Let's just check that. You also need a refit. Okay, guy. You'll be a little late to the next party, but maybe you'll eventually get there. Because the main force will have to make stops along the way to take out to take planets. So it'll take a little bit longer than someone who's just jumping through. Yeah, You don't have to move on an individual basis, but I want you to move so that the stacks don't get don't get delayed too much. Anyway, oh, my forces moved here. Attack! $12. Let's try with 12 of our own guys. Well, good job. Everybody move to Griffin. If I need some more down here, then I can just send them down there. Okay. But I think this is a decent enough time to just quit this, hopefully a little bit shorter than usual episode right here. And the next one will continue to eradicate the humans. I mean, take all their stuff, which is what I mean with eradicate. I'm not gonna actually kill most of their colonists. I'm at least not planning on doing so. Probably moving into Fuko first and Zion, and then just take the long way down to Madeira with our forces here, while the other forces stay here in order to defend against surprise Meklar incursions, because if I were the Meklars, I would get a little bit worried at this point. But we'll see that next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.